pretty good. Good afternoon, everyone. It's time once again for Strat-O-Matic Baseball, 1966 version. Hey there, Franklin. How's it going? A little hockey, huh? It's always hockey weather in Florida, isn't it? Come on. Hello there, Kenyon, and hi, Astros Reefer. Every time I see that, I kind of want a reefer, you know? Power of suggestion. Today we're going to wrap up the series, California Angels at Detroit Tigers. 3-game set. The Angels have won the first two. A little bit surprising. Maybe. The Angels have underachieved so far this season, so there is that. Looking at the standings real quick here. Angels at 16-23. They were 80-82 in real life. Detroit 88-74 in real life. So Detroit a better ball club in real life. California to this point in real life was 20-19, so they're underachieving by 4 games. Detroit at 21-17, just 5 games out of first, although they're in 5th place. They are 1 game off their real life pace, 22-16 in real life. Hang on a second, I gotta clean my glasses. A lot of thoughts on the game. Hello there, Jeremy. I've been debating lately whether I'm focusing too much on the chat and not enough on trying to bring you a better broadcast of the game. I don't know. I think the balance is pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't want to not participate in the chat. Just some random thoughts, I guess. Hello there, Jeremy. Yes, sir. Saltwater coral fish reef tank. Well, that explains it. Okay. So a different kind of reef. Yes, okay, that makes sense now. Not the kind I was thinking about. Well, that shows you where my mind goes, I guess. I had some other thoughts on this game. Anyway, it'll come to me. In any case, Angels going for a sweep in Detroit. So it does seem a bit odd as I say it. Tigers, of course, trying to avert the sweep. Hello, Bill. Welcome. As always, I've got my coffee. It's a Sunday game. This was a Sunday game in real life, by the way, and a packed house in Detroit. Over 52,000 poured in for this one. Jerry Newdecker, the home plate umpire. George Brunette starts for the Angels. Hank Aguirre for Detroit. Let's take a look at the numbers. Brunette having a pretty good season so far, 2-2 with a 3.47 ERA. He's made 4 starts. He also has 8 relief appearances in which he notched 1 save. Aguirre, 2-1, 3.77. He's made 4 starts as well, 5 relief appearances. So pretty even on the pitching matchup, I would say. Aguirre, of course, a left-hander, as is Brunette. So 2 lefties on the mound. All right. Let's go over the Angels lineup. We'll get going here. Jose Cardinal back in the lineup, leading off in center field. Jim Fregosi at shortstop. Oh, that's right. I was going to do the thing, my new thing, which is to do it this way. Jim Fregosi at shortstop. Rick Reichart will be in left field. Joe Adcock at first base in the cleanup spot. Frank Malzone gets the start at third base. Bobby Knopp at second. Jim Pearsall will be in right. Jimmy Pearsall. Buck Rogers, the catcher, hits 8th, and Brunette, the pitcher, hits 9th. Tigers defensively have Freehan behind the plate. Let's get the right pitcher up there. Cash, Wood, Euler, and Word around the infield. The outfield is Horton, Kaline, and Northrup. And hello there, Gerald. I really need to read that again, Bill. I forgot all about George Brunette in that book. It's probably been, oh God, at least 40 years since I read it. And I think I know where I can get a free copy, actually. I'm going to have to look into that. See if that person is still interested in keeping it. And hello there, Jeremiah. Welcome. Okay. Let me set my screen up here so I can read it. Wait a minute, let me check that. What have I done here? Holy cow. Thank you, Franklin. How the hell did I do that? This shouldn't be all that surprising lately for me. All right, let's take another look. Everybody refresh your screen. How about that? We'll do it like Lawrence Welk. A 1 and a 2 and a everybody refresh. Pull it out, yeah. I gave a copy to my stepdad a couple years ago, a few years back, I should say, and he passed away 2 years ago yesterday, to be exact. I wonder if my mom still has that book, because neither her nor my sister would have any interest in a baseball book. Just thinking out loud here. All right, we're going to play the game. Now that I have the correct team in there. I don't know what the hell I was doing there, Franklin, but thank you for pointing that out. Gary, the left-hander, ready to go to work here. Jose Cardinal steps in. Here we go. Cardinal hitting just .205 so far. 3 home runs, 14 RBIs for the right-handed hitting outfielder. And here's the pitch from Gary. That's going to be a 5-7 right-handed. A grounder to second base X. Jake Wood at second today, a 4.29 as he ranges to his left. Here's the play on a 4. He's not going to get that one. That's into right field for a leadoff single. And we are underway here on a Sunday. A pleasant Sunday. 31 but sunny. Cardinal can run. Great speed, 17 runner, 17 stealer. Let's check the battery for Detroit. Geary with a -1, then you got Freehand with that -3 cannon. That's a -4 battery. That knocks Cardinal down to a 13, not held. And I'm going to roll the die for it. 1 to 3, he's held. He is held. So he's held at 11. And here's Fregosi hitting .323 on the season, 5 home runs, and a team leading 23 runs batted in. And Geary from the stretch. 3-4 left-handed is a grounder down to shortstop. That's Euler. He goes to Wood for 1. Backed on to first. Double play. And here's Reichart now. I wonder how long I would have gone without catching that, Franklin, if you hadn't said anything. 2 down, here's Rick Reichart hitting .287, 11 home runs, among the league leaders in that category, and 22 runs batted in. Geary into the windup. Here's the pitch now on a 1-5 left-handed. It's a high fly ball driven to deep left field. Back goes Horton to the track, to the wall. It's gone. Home run Reichart. And man, does that double play loom large now. Rick Reichart with his 12th home run of the season. You know what? That moves him into a 3-way tie for the American League lead in home runs. He only hit 16 that season in real life, albeit in about a half a season's worth of at-bats. But he has 12 already in our replay. So a great start to the season for Rick Reichart. California leads 1-0, and now the batter will be Joe Adcock. And just look at that threes column. Adcock just 12 for 61, however, a 197 average. 4 of the 12 hits home runs. The pitch from Aguirre on a 4-10 is going to be catcher's card. That's Freehand. Bill, a 1-E2. Here's the play. 17 is a foul out to the catcher, and that retires the side. Foul out to the catcher, X. The Angels get a run on 2 hits, the home run by Reichart. So after half an inning, it's California 1, Detroit coming to bat. This is what I always call the football broadcast, right? Usually I'm competing with a football game today, so I will ask you guys, since I know nothing about it, is there a playoff game today? And George Burnett will take the mound now. I'll give you the Detroit lineup. Jake Wood leads it off at second base. Don Word is at third. Norm Cash at first base bats third. Al Kaline in center field in the cleanup spot. Willie Horton is in left. Jim Northrup in right. Bill Freehand, the catcher, hits seventh. Ray Oilers at short. Rounding out the lineup with Aguirre, the pitcher, ninth. The Angels, defensively, Rogers does the catching. It's Adcock, Knopp, Fregosi, and Malzone around the infield, with Reichart, Cardinal, and Pearsall left to right in the outfield. Well, thank you, Astros Reefer. I'd certainly rather play Strat than watch NFL. And I appreciate the support. Hell yes. Hello there, Gerald. I gave up on it many, many years ago. Here's Jake Wood to lead it off for Detroit. Woody, 9 for 28. That's a .321 average. Still looking for his first home run. Brunette gets the sign. There's the pitch now on a 5-5 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Wood. And the batter will be Don Wirt. Wirt hitting .255, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs so far, 22 walks. The pitch from Burnett. That's a 4-6 right-handed, and he walks him. Wirt, adept at drawing the walk, draws one here. Let's check that Angel battery. Burnett is 0. Catcher Rogers a -2 arm, however. So Burnett an 11. He's not a star stealer. Sorry, did I say Burnett? Wirt an 11. He's not a star stealer. It is the conference finals. Thank you, Franklin. Just out of curiosity, who's in it? Who's left? Here's Norm Cash now. 267, 7 homers, 19 RBIs. Left on left, Burnett from the stretch. That's going to be a 6-6 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 Ks for Burnett. 2 Ks and a walk. Here's Al Kaline. Kaline at 315, 6 home runs, 22 RBIs. Burnett, check of the runner. Now from the stretch. That's a 6-2 righty. Bangs a base hit into center field. Wirt rounding, 12 with 2 outs, 14. Center fielder Cardinello -2, 12. They're going to hold him up at second. So the Tigers will have first and second, 2 down, and Willie Horton, who also has 12 home runs. That's right, tied for the American League lead in home runs. Willie Horton, 299 average, and a team-leading 28 RBIs. And Horton, as you probably know, hasn't played every day. Gates Brown has had a few starts out in left field. So here's Horton now. Burnett into the windup. It's a 3-8 left-handed fly ball into straightaway center. That's Cardinal. He gloves it to retire the side. For Detroit, no runs a hit, 2 men left on. And it's 1-0 Angels after an inning. I've said this before, but for those of you who don't know, this is how far back I go. I quit watching the NFL when the Houston Oilers moved to wherever the hell they moved to. And we're off to the second inning. Frank Malzone will start it off for California. Malzone, 5 for 17 in limited playing action, just 294. Still looking for his first home run. Aguirre gets the sign now. Here's the windup on the pitch to Malzone on a 4-5 right-handed. He flies it the other way into right field. Northrup backing up a bit and hauls it in. 1 down, and here's Bobby Knopp. Knopp hitting 207, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. Aguirre with the pitch now. That's a 1-10 left-handed, and Knopp bangs a single up the middle. Just misses that double. Rolled a 2, needed a 1 for the double. He'll settle for the long single, and that'll bring up Jimmy Pearsall. Pearsall also has not played much, but he's certainly made the most of his limited opportunities. At 12 for 34, that's a 353 average. Looking at the card, though, it's pretty clear that Pearsall, a right-handed batter, is significantly better against right-handed pitching. 1 down, Aguirre from the stretch. That's going to be a 3-9 lefty, and that's a hard hit ball down to third. Wirt gloves it to Wood for 1. The turn to Cash. Double play. 5-4-3, side retired. I do know who he is, Bill, sure. Nationwide is on your side, right? That shows you how little I follow it. That's what I know Peyton Manning from, okay? It'll be Northrup, Freehan, and Euler for Detroit here. Second inning. Jim Northrup at 280, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs. Left on left, Brunette comes in there with a 1-7, and that is a triple to 3. That's going to be into the gap for extra bases. Getting it back in is Pearsall, and Northrup holds with a stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the second. So the tying run in scoring position, nobody out. And here's Bill Freehan now. Freehan, looking for him. Oh my God, he's way down near the bottom. Freehan off to a very slow start to the season at 197. 4 homers, 13 RBIs. Now I have to look at the numbers. He batted .234, so not one of his best years. Did have a dozen home runs. Trying to pick up Northrup now. Brunette studying the signs. Comes in with a 1-8. Struck him out. Third strikeout for Brunette. And here's Ray Euler. Euler, a light-hitting shortstop. Glove first player. Hitting just 139. 5 for 36 for Euler. Interestingly, all 5 hits for extra bases, 4 doubles and a triple. How about that? Brunette's pitch to Euler is a 5-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That is going to be the Gold Glover Knopp, 1E17. And here's the play on a 4. Knopp, a diving stop behind the bag to his feet, throws him out. Oh my God, what a sensational play by Bobby Knopp. That's going to go down as a web gem. And that's the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the pitcher, Aguirre. Aguirre, a switch hitter, will bat right-handed against Brunette. Brunette's pitch is a 6-7 right-handed, and he walks him. Brunette cannot be happy with himself walking the pitcher. That's going to give Jake Wood a shot here. Wood struck out his first time against Brunette. First and second, 2 out. Brunette into the windup now. 5-8 right-handed. It's a hard hit ball to shortstop. Fregosi on a hop, fires to Adcock, and the side is retired. No runs a hit, 2 left. We've played 2. It's 1-0. Hello there, Ben. Welcome. And Jeremiah, the man who dubbed the saying Happy Hour Friday. Yes, sirree. Also, Jeremiah, the guy who usually makes me hungry. Yeah, Jeremiah, the bullfrog, is always making something good to eat. At least it sounds good. I have to admit, being a heater rather than a cook, I'm envious. Okay, third inning. Here's Buck Rogers now. Rogers 216, 2 homers, 12 RBIs. A switch hitter hitting right-handed against Aguirre. That's going to be a 3-7 lefty, and he promptly bangs that into center field for a leadoff single. 4th hit off of Aguirre now. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Brunette. Brunette, a right-handed batter. He's a 1, but with end power. Let's take a closer look at that, make sure I got that right. Yeah, he is a 1 with end power. He's also a D bunter. Definitely a bunt situation here. And Brunette squares to bunt. A 7 on a D. That should be good enough, and it is. Successful sacrifice bunt for Brunette. That moves the runner over. So I guess the D-bunter isn't terrible. I'm trying to think, in the computer-only game, of course, it shows you the percentages. So the D must be the 72%, right? Runner at second, 1 out. Here's Cardinal. Cardinal singled to open the game. Aguirre gets the sign from Freeman. on a 3-6 left-handed, a ground ball wide of short that's gloved there by Euler, looks the runner back and throws him out. 2 outs, and it's up to Fregosi. There you go, Ben. I was going to say one obvious omission here. Yeah. Here's Fregosi, bounced into a double play to short his first time up. Runner at second, 2 down. Pitch from Aguirre on a 6-3 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Horton at the wall, gone. Home run for Fregosi, and the Angels playing long ball today jump out to a 3-0 lead on a 2-run blast by Jim Fregosi. It's a 6-3 righty. Fregosi has the power. And for Jim, that is his 6th home run of the season. Picks up a couple of ribbies on the home run. And here's Reichard, who homered his first time up. Pitch from Aguirre on a 4-6 right-handed, base hit into left field. And Reichardt's 2 for 2. And the Angels pouncing on Aguirre here. Aguirre is 7-inning starter, but the 3rd hit he's allowed in the 3rd inning and the 6th in the ball game. And Joe Adcock coming to bat. And you just cannot help but looking at that sick threes column against lefties on Adcock's card. Holy cow. Aguirre pitching carefully. The first one's just a bit outside. Gets his sign. The pitch on a 110 left-hander. Ground ball wide to second. There's Wood, and he flips to Cash to retire the side. Angels, however, get 2 more on 3 hits. They leave 1. 2-run blast by Jim Fregosi, the big blow of the inning. Oh, come on. The man basically taught baseball to the entire West Coast. Okay, bottom of the 3rd, Tigers trying to get off the deck against George Brunette here. It'll be Wirt, Cash, and K-line. Don walked his first time up. Brunette getting the sign. Here's the pitch on a 3-5, base hit up the middle. And Wirt aboard with a leadoff single. 3rd hit for Detroit. Definitely love Costas, by the way. Here's Norm Cash, struck out his first time up. Left on left, Brunette out of the stretch. That's going to be a 3-4 lefty. It's a high fly ball to right field. Pearsall starts back, holds up, and that's way back and gone. Into the upper deck for Norm Cash. And we've got a ball game. On a 3-4 left-handed, no doubt about it. And for Mr. Norm Cash, home run number 8 on the season. So the Tigers answer back with a long ball of their own. Well, that makes sense, Bill. Yeah, you didn't listen to him, so I have to admit I didn't hear much of, well, let's see who you listed. Didn't hear much of Ernie or Bob Prince. Wasn't crazy about Buck. I heard a lot of Euchre and Harry Carey. Definitely enjoyed those guys. And the ball is flying today. Third home run of the game already, and we're only in the third inning, and here comes Al Kaline. Kaline has 6 home runs on the season. He singled his first time up. Brunette, 5'8", right-handed. That's a ground ball to shortstop. Fregosi over to Adcock, 1 down. I'll say this about Vinny, he taught me everything I know. Believe me, I'm not trying to compare myself to any of these guys. Don't get me wrong. But we all have our influences, that's all I'm saying. And the batter will be Willie Horton with 1 down. He's 0 for 1 today. Brunette gets the sign from Rogers. Pitch to Willie's a 5-5, swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's number 4 for George Brunette. And the batter will be Jim Northrup. Northrup doubled his first time up. Here's Brunette's pitch now on a 5-12 lefty. A grounder to first base X. Tough chance for Adcock, a 4-5. Here's the play on an 18. He's got it. Flips to Brunette covering, and that'll do it. That'll go down as 3-1X. The Tigers get 2 on the 2-run blast by Storm and Norman. We got a 3-2 ball game through 3. How many of you guys remember the 80s when it was pretty much WGN and TBS, right? Other than the national broadcast, that was what we had. Nowadays, of course, you can get any game you want, but of course you have to pay for it. I liked the Braves announcers at that time, too. I think that was Skip Carey, wasn't it? I know my buddy Don Sutton was on there for a while. That might have been later. He pitched, what was Sutton's last season? 1988. And I get that baseball package, but I'll tell you the thing that grinds me is it blacks out the Mariners. Now, in what world would I be able to attend a Seattle game living in Spokane? I mean, I've done it, but it requires an overnight stay. Okay, back to this one. 4th inning, it's 3-2 Angels. Frank Malzone will lead it off. He's 0 for 1 today. There's the pitch from Aguirre. It's a 6-2 righty. It's a grounder to the pitcher X, and Aguirre, the worst rating you can get, 5E51. So hold your breath on this one. It's going to be an 8. That's a 6 on a 51, and forget about it. That's going to be an error on Aguirre. So an E1... First error of the ball game. Malzone reaches. Malzone very slow. Here's Knopp. Knopp hasn't hit much this season. He's going to lay it down in the D. 7B, he gets the bunt down. Handled by the first baseman. And that moves Malzone over. So Bobby Knopp with the bunt. Hello, Larry Mullins. So I don't recognize the name. Do we have a new face in the chat today? Welcome, Larry. Glad to have you. Stick around. A great bunch of guys here. And back to Ben now, and Bill, yeah. A lot of Cubs for me because I was working the graveyard shift in those days. So I could get off, have a few beers, get home, and the Cubs were all day games, of course. So perfect for a graveyard worker. Then on my days off, I'd watch them both. Hello there, Thomas. Yeah, Larry, I did the interview with Jeffrey Guterman. Okay, runner at second, one out. Here's Jimmy Pearsall. He bounced into a double play his first time up. But Gary with the pitch on a 3-9 lefty. Gets a hard hit ball down to third, backhanded by Ward. Looks the runner back and throws him out. 2 away, and it's up to Rogers. Momentary thought about putting Rogers on to face the pitcher, but Rogers not exactly tearing things up at 216, hitting right-handed. Pitch from McGeary on a 4-5, lifts it the other way to right. That's going to be a can of corn for Northrop, who puts it away to retire the side. For the Angels, no runs, no hits, 1 left. That's about right, Ben, yeah. So we'd get off at, usually around 7:30. Hit the bar. Or have beers in the parking lot. That's what we used to do a lot in the old days, the night crew. We'd grab a couple of 6-packs or whatever, 12-packs, sit out in the corner of the parking lot. Unwind after the night's work. I tell you, we worked hard in those days throwing freight. We needed it. Well, it was just cheaper, Ben. Sometimes we'd go to the bar, but a couple of times we actually had the store manager come out, and I've had some complaints. You guys are going to have to go somewhere else. You'd never even get one popped these days, I don't imagine. Times have changed. Bottom of the fourth will be the bottom third of the Detroit lineup here. Freehan, Euler, and Aguirre. Freehan struck out his first time. Burnett gets the sign. There's the pitch to Freehan on a 5-11 right-handed. It's a fly ball to left X. That's going to be Reichart. Rick, a 3-E9, ranging to the gap. That's going to be on a 5. He's not going to get it. It's down for a base hit, and Freehan's aboard. Freehan with a leadoff single. -212 not held. Not a star stealer, but pretty solid running ratings all around for a catcher. Here's Euler now. Euler 0 for 1. Burnett out of the stretch. Pitch to Euler on a 2-12. Did he go around? Check with the first base umpire. He says he did not, and that's going to be a walk to Ray Euler. Burnett not happy about it. And here comes Aguirre in a bunting situation. Let's check his bunt rating. He's a C. We're going to roll for inner back. They will be back, and he's going to square to bunt. On a C, it's a 4. And it's a successful bunt by Aguirre. Moves both runners along. So tying run at third, go ahead run at second with one away, and it's the top of the order as Jake Wood steps in. Don Word on deck. Big chance here for Detroit. Leading by a run, second and third. The Angels will pull the infield in here. Brunette checks the runners. Pitch to Jake is a 4-10 fly ball to center, backing up his Cardinal. That's going to be deep enough to get the run in and tie the ball game. He makes the catch. Freehand tags and scores, and we're all tied up. Right, a walk to Ray Euler. Wow. That's all I can say. Here's Wirt, one for one with a walk. Runner at second, 2 down. Brunette's pitch is a 3-10 left-handed. It's a ground ball to second base. Knopp to Adcock, and that'll do it. But the Tigers tie it up. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left. We've played 4 innings in a 3-3 ball game. It is about as bad as walking the pitcher. Euler not known for his bat by any stretch. Yeah, Bill, you know, there's probably, you could make a case there are some pitchers that were probably better hitters than Euler. In fact, I'm sure there were. To the 5th in the tie ball game, Brunette's going to bat. He's a right-handed hitter. Gary's pitch on a 4-6 right-handed, and Brunette bangs a single into left field. I don't know which one is worse. That's going to turn the lineup over, and here's Cardinal. Yeah, there was, Ben. I read a really interesting article from a book called The Book, and it's all about the statistical percentages of exactly those kind of strategies. And that's what they believe. They believe that the worst hitter should bat 8th. Take it a little bit further, have your best on-base guy first. Your best overall hitter should be 2nd. Your next best hitter, and with most power, should hit 4th. And then 5th, and then the number 3 spot, they actually rank as the 5th most important spot in the lineup. It's pretty much agreed that your best 5 hitters should occupy the first 5 spots, but contrary to what we've always believed historically, and that is that the 3 hitter should be your best hitter. And of course, this was started by Babe Ruth, I'm guessing, pretty much. At least cemented by that. But their stats show that the 3 spot actually the 5th most important of the 5. And I'm not sure I totally wrap my head around that, even though I do get the explanation. Here's Cardinal, 1 for 2. Aguirre paying no attention to Brunette. Full windup on the pitch to Cardinal on a 2-7 lefty. He bangs a single into center field. Brunette will round and hold at 2nd. And the Angels put the first 2 men on here in the 5th. Now that's going to get him busy in the Detroit pen. Aguirre is 7, but he's been peppered around pretty good today. It's 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 hits so far. Let's see what they got for a middleman. Joe Sparma, the righty, throwing. I'll be damned, Bill, is that a fact? Bobby Bragan, of course, manages the Braves in my replay. He was ahead of his time, wasn't he? Was he the first ever to do it? It certainly sounds like it. Here's Fregosi, 1-for-2 with a home run. Aguirre in jam here. Gets the sign from Freehand. Here's the pitch to Fregosi on a 5-7 righty. It's a grounder to second X. Possible double play ball, but Wood a 40-29. Here's the roll on a 4. He's not going to get it. It's a 2-star single, and the Angels take the lead. So 3 consecutive singles. Brunette in to score. Cardinal goes to third on the single. Fregosi a star 16, not held at 12. And the batter is Reichart. And Freehand out to the mound now. Little early perhaps, but here comes Bob Swift. He's going to make the move right here. With Reichart and Adcock due, Tigers desperately trying not to get swept here today. They're going to go to Sparma. So a short outing for Aguirre, 4+. He gave up 3, 6, 9 hits. No walks. Also no strikeouts. And I can't blame you for that, Franklin. I mean, really, who wouldn't? Sparma's had a rough start, however. 5 starts, just 1 relief appearances. 1-4, 8.72. Tigers bullpen a little short today. Too early for Pena or Sherry. Fred Gladding unavailable. So Sparma will come on and face Reichart. He's 2-for-2 with a home run. Let's check the ground ball A's here. Reichart doesn't hit into many double plays. And the Tigers will bring the infield in here. So Sparma pitching to Reichart with the infield in. Here's the pitch, 5-11, a fly ball to left field X. That's Willie Horton. Horton ranging to his left, 4-6 on a 5. He's not going to get there. It's another 2-star single. That plates another run. 4 consecutive singles in the inning. Cardinal scores Fregosi to third. And it's 5-3 Angels. Reichart not held at 11. They'll move the infield back for Adcock. They'll trade a run for the double play. Sparma from the stretch, 1-7. Ground ball to short. Boy, was that a good move. Euler to Wood to Cash, double play. And even more importantly, had they pulled the infield in, that would have been a 2-star single. So a 6-4-3 double play, that does allow Fregosi to come in and score, making it 6-3. But 2 out, nobody on. Here's Malzone. The pitch from Sparma, 3-4, foul ball left side. Wirt over by the stands, and he's got it. So Sparma comes on and does the job. The Angels score 3, however, on 4 hits. Nobody left. And Brunette, now with a 3-run lead, takes the mound for the bottom of the 5th. I mean, they had their best 3 in the 3, 4, 5 anyway. A better trade than my last vehicle, Ben says. So the surprising Angels looking for a sweep here in Detroit. They lead at 6-3. Heart of the order for the Tigers. Cash, Kaline, and Horton. Feels like the Tigers have gone a little cold in recent times. But that can turn on a dice roll, as we know. Okay, it's Cash, 1 for 2 with a home run. Brunette into the windup. 5-6 lefty, swung on and missed, strike 3. Cash strikes out for the second time today. Here's Kaline, 1 for 2. Brunette into the windup. 3-8 left-handed, ground ball to short for Gossi, over to Adcock, and quickly there's 2 down. Brunette looking for the shutdown inning here, and here's Horton, 0 for 2. Brunette into the windup, 2-8 comebacker. Brunette has it, takes a couple steps towards first and tosses it to Adcock. It's a 1-2-3 inning for George Brunette. Five innings in the book. It's 6-3 Angels. Sparma will come back out. And Bobby Knopp will start off the 6th. Knopp 1 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Sparma's pitch, a 3-5, struck him out. First strikeout for a Detroit pitcher today, and it's recorded by Joe Sparma. Here's Pearsall now. He's grounded to third both times. Sparma's pitch on a 2-8. He loses him ball 4. Just a bit inside, and Pearsall takes first. That'll bring up Rogers. He'll turn around and bat left-handed against Sparma. Sparma from the stretch now on a 1-9 right-handed. Pops him up right side. Wood gloves it for the second out. And the batter will be the pitcher, George Brunette. Sparma's pitch on a 5-7. He walks the pitcher. 2 walks in the inning by Sparma. Pearsall down to second. And here's Cardinal now. Jose 2 for 3 today. Pair of singles. First and second, 2 away. And here's the pitch to Jose. Sparma's pitch, a 3-6 right-handed, is a grounder to short. It's Euler, flips it to Wood for the force, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, 2 left. And for me, about time to refill that coffee. So bear with me, I'll take a short break. I know, Ben, but I always feel bad when I walk away from the desk. I don't know why. Feel like I'm deserting everybody or something. Oh, you just gave me an idea there, Ben. Okay, hang on. We'll save that for the stretch. Anyone, hey, someone needs to think up a trivia question for the stretch. I mean, you don't have to, but I welcome it. Northrop, Freehand, and Euler for Detroit in the 6th. Brunette into the windup. That's going to be a 6-4 left-handed, a grounder to third base X. Tough chance for Malzone. He's a 3E37. Here's the play. On a 10, error range. A 12 on a 37, and it's off his glove for an error. First Angel error of the day. Northrop aboard. Not held at 13. And that could be interesting. It'd be more interesting if it was a one-run game. $391. Brunette, check of the runner. From the stretch, pitch to Freehand's a 5-4 catcher's card X. That's Rogers. Rogers a good catcher, 2E3. The play is a 19, and it's a foul out to the catcher. Runner holds, one away, and here's Euler. 0 for 1 with that famous walk, or infamous walk, depending on how you look at it. Brunette from the stretch, 4-6, and he walks him again. Oh my God. You know, I was almost going to predict that. Tying run will come to the plate, and it's not going to be Sparma. They have Pena and Sherry throwing. Two innings for Sparma, just one hit. He did walk 2, struck out 1. All 6 runs charged to Aguirre. And let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be. I'd like to see somebody with some pop. Could be McAuliffe. Could be Demeter. It's going to be McAuliffe. So Dick McAuliffe grabs the bat. Left-handed hitter. That doesn't seem to matter much to Brunette, however. And McAuliffe against lefties, a little bit more power than Demeter. Runners take their lead. Brunette, the windup, the pitch on a 5-10 lefty. It's a grounder to short X. That's Fregosi. This could be 2. 2E36. Here's the play. On a 12, it's the E range. That's a 10 on a 36. This could be trouble. He's got it to Canop to Adcock double play. And the air goes out of the sails here in Detroit. That'll end the inning. Tigers waste an opportunity in the 6th. And after 6, it's 6-3 California. Sparma's done. Pena will come on. And he'll be facing Fregosi, Reichart, and Adcock. Hey, give me a second here. I'm catching up on the... Where was Thompson born? I do not know. '70 Orioles won a 20-team double elimination tourney. That's impressive, Jeremiah. Is that right, Bill? I'm not going to doubt you. I'll tell you that right now. Bill, I'll bet you're absolutely deadly at Trivial Pursuit. Table leg. That one I do know. I'll let somebody else answer it. Here's Fregosi, 1 for 2, has a home run in this one. Excuse me, 1 for 2. 2 for 3 has a home run in this one. Let's take a look at Pena's numbers. 2 and 2, 5.3 so far. Right-handed pitcher. Gets the sign from Freehand now. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-7 swung on and missed, strike 3. So Pena fans Fregosi. And here's Reichart. Reichart, 3 hits on the day, a homer and 2 singles. Pena with a 6-5 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. He's done it again. Rick Reichart has just taken over the American League lead in home runs with number 13. Can you believe that? On a 6-5 to 15, he rolls the 4. And that makes the score 7-3. Here's Adcock, 0 for 3 today. Pena with the pitch. 6-11 as a grounder down to third. Wirt has it over to Cash, 2 away. And that'll bring up Malzone, the third baseman. Pena's pitch is a 3-11. Liner right into the glove of Jake Wood. Side retired. Angels get a run on Rick Reichardt's 13th home run of the season. And they lead it 7-3. Reichart definitely bucking for player of the game honors, eh, Ben? So Brunette, a 6-inning endurance starter. He's in his 2nd endurance inning here. And he'll take a 4-run lead to the bottom of the 7th. When we come back, we're going to have a short stretch for the 7th. Did anybody answer the table leg thing? No. And no one has answered the who was the pitcher he was facing yet. That one I'm 90% certain I do know. If nobody gets it, I'll chime in. We may not see Mookie today. I don't see him. No, he's up in the bedroom window behind the blanket. So not really worth taking the camera out for that. Can't see him anyway. That was Ralph Bronco, wasn't it? I'm very curious about the table leg question. I didn't even know about this one. Okay, we're going back to this one here. Bottom of the 7th. 7-3 Angels. It'll be Wood, Word, and Cash for Detroit. Jake Wood 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Brunette into the windup. 3-8 single to 12. He's got a single past the diving Malzone at third. A leadoff single for Wood. Hint. Hang on a second. Oh, I thought you meant the Bobby Thompson one. See, I'm answering the wrong question. This is the Cash one. I think. Now I'm confused. Came to the table late because he was facing Sam McDowell? I'm just guessing on that one. I would imagine being a lefty, I could see McDowell giving Cash fits. Here's Wirt now. 1 for 2 with a walk. Brunette from the stretch. That's going to be a 2-6, and he walks him. And now they're going to get busy in the Angel pen. One more hit or walk will fatigue Brunette. Left and a lot of righties coming up. I'm on my own here, as in real life. Brunette threw a complete game in this one. Lou Burdette, the right-hander in the California bullpen. Yeah, that helps a lot, Thomas. First and second, nobody out. Here's Cash. He's got a home run today. Brunette gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Cash. 3-11, base hit into right field. Wood rounding. 16 to the plate. Pearsall a +1, 17. They're going to send him. And with the big lead, the Angels are going to cut that off and hold Cash to second base. So an RBI single for K-Line. Wood in to score. Hang on here, what am I doing? Hang on, I'm botching it up here. No, they weren't loaded. I wrote in the single twice for Cash, once in his spot, once in K-Line's. That was a single Cash, drives in Wood. They cut off the throw and hold Wirt to second. That fatigues Brunette, and he's done. On comes Lou Burdett. So from brunette to Burdett. Burdett a righty. The batter will be K-Line. Nolan Ryan, of course. Of course. What year was that, Bill? God, I wish I think I would remember that. That had to be the mid-70s, right? Early to mid-70s. 73, 74, something like that. Let's look at Burdett's numbers. He's been in 14 games, 1-1, 3.80. Right-hander ready to go to work now. First and second, nobody out. It's a 7-4 game. Al Kaline represents the tying run at the plate. Burdett with the pitch. It's a 1-2 fly ball deep to center field. Cardinal back, just in front of the wall makes the catch, and both runners will tag and move up on the fly ball A. So Work goes to third, Cash goes to second. That's the first out of the inning. And the batter will be Willie Horton, Jim Northrup to follow. The right-handed Burdett, there's no way you're going to put Horton on. Horton 0 for 3 today. Willie Horton again has 12 home runs on the season. With the score 7-4, Angels will play back. Here's the pitch to Horton. That's 2-9 right-handed. That is ripped into the gap for a double. 2 runs are going to score. Here comes Work to score. Here comes Cash to score. It's a 2-run double for Willie Horton, and the Tigers are back in this one. 7-6 the score. And up steps Jim Northrup. No, you didn't, Franklin. I was laughing at Bill's last comment about his wife. Yeah, that's right, Ben. Franklin, you didn't miss Mookie. He's hiding behind the blanket, so he's invisible. If he comes out, we'll take another shot at him near the end of the game, or at game's end. Okay, here's Northrup, tying run in scoring position, 1 down. Northrup 1 for 3 with a double today. Burdett gets the sign from Rogers. Here's the pitch on a 5-4 lefty. It's catcher's card X. That is Rogers. 2-3, here's the play. It's going to be on a 3. It's a foul out to the catcher. Runner holds, I should say. That's out number 2, and it'll be up to Bill Freehan. Freehan 1 for 3. They could put him on intentionally and face the dangerous Oiler. He's going to pitch to Freehan. On a 5-10 right-handed shallow fly to left, on comes Reichard. He's there. And that will do it. The Tigers, however, come up with 3 runs on 3 hits and leave a man. After 7 complete, it's 7-6 Angels. So we got a good one here today. Good, relaxing Sunday game. Orlando Pena will come out for his second and last inning of work. He's due to bat second in the bottom of the inning. Johnny Padres joins Sherry in the pen. Cannot, Pearsall, and Rogers for the Angels. Knopf 1 for 2 today. Pena gets the sign now. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 3-5 right-handed. Struck him out. Knopf strikes out for the second time. He struck out a lot, 144 times that year. A lot, especially a lot for a guy who didn't have any power. Here's Pearsall, 0 for 2 with a walk. Pena's pitch on a 4-6, fly ball into right field. Northrup is there, and quickly there's 2 away. That's going to bring up Rogers now. Rogers batting left-handed against Pena. Pena studying the signs. Here's the windup and the pitch to Rogers. It's a 3-6 right-handed, high fly ball to right field. Backing up is Northrup. On the track, makes the catch on a homer to 2. Rolled the 9, it's just a loud out. And a 1-2-3 inning for Orlando Pena. Pena, if you can see the upper left-hand corner of his card, he was the victim of an earlier Mookie attack. Burdette will come back out. And now, oh man, I painted myself into a corner. That's right, I already used Dick McAuliffe. He could have hit for Euler and taken over at short. They do have Dick Tracewski. Do you really want Tracewski at short? I don't think so. Anyway, Euler's been on 2 of his 3 times today. Let's see what he does. Here's the pitch from Burdette. That's going to be a 4-6 righty. A grounder down to third base. That's Malzone. Over to Adcock. 1 down. Now the Tigers will send up a pinch hitter for Pena. Pena worked 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, the right homer to Reichart. No walks, 2 strikeouts. Looking ahead to the California order. Only one real legitimate choice here, and that's the stopper, Larry Sherry, and I write in Larry. Something about these Sunday games, I don't know what it is. I'm always loose and relaxed on Sunday. Let's see who the hitter's going to be against the righty Burnett. Could be Demeter. Most likely it will be. No, you know who it's going to be? Gates Brown. Pinch hitter will be Gates Brown. And why not? Brown 12 for 36 on the year with 2 home runs. Burdette into the windup. The pitch to Brown is a 5-6 left-handed fly ball to center field, playable for Cardinal. He makes the catch. So Brown retired. And here's Wood. The pitch from Burdette is a 6-4 righty. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Fregosi. Fregosi into the hole, 2E36. Here's the play on a 5. He's there. Throws him out, and the side is retired. 6-3X. 1-2-3 go the Tigers in the 8th. 8 innings in the books. It's 7-6 California. Yeah, he did get Leon Wagner, though, too. That's the only hitter he got. But it's 2-1 favor of the pitcher there, Thomas. Okay, Larry Sherry will be the fourth Detroit pitcher of the day. He's been the stopper out there, 1-0 with 11 saves and a minuscule 1.44 ERA so far, having a fine season. Sherry's only allowed 11 hits in 25 innings of work. And the Angels will start off with Burdette. They're going to bat for him. Their bullpen stopper, Bob Lee, getting loose down there. Let's total this out now. 6+ for Burnett. He allowed 4, 5, 7 hits. All 6 runs charged to Burnett. He walked 5. It's funny, as the game went along, I actually felt that Burnett was pitching a little better than that, but the numbers don't lie. 12 base runners in 6+, 6 runs allowed. Burdette, we can close the book on him. 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs. No walks, no strikeouts. Coming off the bench for California against Sherry will be Ed Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick to lead off the ninth. He's a left-handed hitter, of course, hitting just .203 on the season with a pair of home runs. Sherry into the windup. The pitch is a 1-6 grounder down to first. Norm Cash will take it to the bag. 1 away. Here's Jose Cardinal now. He's 2 for 4 today. The pitch from Sherry is a 1-7. That's a fly ball to straightaway center. K-line has it. 2 down quickly in the ninth. And the batter will be Fregosi, 2 for 4 with a home run. Sherry into the windup. That's a 3-2 righty, and Fregosi bangs the base hit up the middle and into center field for his 3rd hit of the day. 16 minus 3 catcher 13. They're going to hold him on at 11. They're not taking any chances in a 1-run ball game. And here comes the, at least for one day anyway, unstoppable Rick Reichart. 4 for 4, 2 home runs, 2 singles, 3 RBIs. Sherry gets the sign. The pitch to Rick is a 5-10 right-handed fly to shallow center. Here comes K-line, still coming. He just does catch up with it. And that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Tigers need a run. Let's check the Angel defense now. And it looks good enough. You could replace Malzone with Shaw, but it's not a significant improvement. And Malzone would bat second if we had to go extra innings. So here comes the Angels bullpen stopper, Bob Lee, trying to get the save. Lee has 5 saves of the Angels' 6 as a team, and a minuscule 1.31 ERA so far in 21 innings of work. We got a question from Gerald here. All 7 games with a 75. And nobody's tried to answer it yet. Normally I abstain a little longer, but we're getting near the end, so I'm just going to throw out a guess and say Ken Griffey Sr. And believe me, it's a guess. It's an educated guess, but it is a guess. Wirt, Cash, and K-Line. If anybody gets on, Willie Horton. Wirt, 1 for 2, walked twice. Bob Lee gets the sign from Rogers. Here's the windup. The pitch to Wirt is a 3-8, and he bangs a base hit into center field, and the tying run is aboard. Come on, Franklin, you can say it. Wirt, 13, no star, 1 to 12. They've got a couple of 14 runners, but they don't really have another third baseman. At least not a good one. Norm Cash steps to the plate. Al Kaline on deck. The Bengal Belters. Cash 2 for 4 today with a home run of his own. Lee from the stretch. Here's the pitch now on a 6-10. Grounder to short X. That could be 2. Fergosi a 2E36. Here's the play on a 16. Fergosi has it to Knopp, to Adcock, double play. And you can just hear the air go out of the stadium. 6-4-3X. And it's up to Al Kaline. Kaline 1 for 4 today. Al has 6 home runs on the season. Dr. Lee trying to shut it down here and get the save. Here's the windup on the pitch to Kaline. It's a 4-2. Grounder down to third. Malzone to Adcock, and that's the ball game. Angels hang on 7-6. Hell of a game. I'll have the totals for you in a moment. Just a bit short, Ben, I know. It wasn't Griffey. Thank you, Kenyon. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Especially on a football Sunday. Sherry worked 1. Bob Lee picks up his 6th save. Brunette ends up getting the win. He's 3-2 now. Aguirre takes the loss. He drops to 2-2. Player of the game. Yeah, it has to be Rick Reichart, doesn't it? 4 for 5, 2 home runs. The Angels 7 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. Tigers 6 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Player of the game, Rick Reichart, who now leads the American League in home runs with 13. Don't worry, he won't challenge in the long run. I mean, he can't really. Due to playing time, he would only get 319 at-bats that year and hit 16. I'm guessing he gets injured at some point, huh? I just thought of that. He's pretty much been a regular so far. Thank you, Astros. Yeah, I'm going to get something to eat. Oh yeah, let's look ahead on the schedule, and then for those of you die-hard sticking around, we'll look for the cat one more time. Tomorrow it's going to be Pittsburgh and Houston. Pittsburgh at Houston, I should say. We'll finish up that series. Vern Law versus Larry Durker. Usual time, 1:30, 4:30. I'm going to get out of here, and let's see if we can rouse to the cat. Mookie. Mookie. Mm-hmm. See, that's where he goes. He's got these blinds all keyed up. Something interesting out there, buddy? Okay, we'll leave you be. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you again, everybody, for watching. Have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. See you tomorrow.